how it evolved, who the great drivers are, and the 5 most famous Formula One circuits, roads. 1. How Formula One started. Formula One, often called F1, is the highest class of international racing for open-wheel, single-seater cars. It began after World War II, when motor racing was being revived in Europe. Before that, many car races existed, but there were no universal rules. In 1946, the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile, FIA, created rules for a new formula, meaning a standard set of regulations all cars had to follow. The first official Formula One World Championship took place in 1950. The first race was the British Grand Prix, held at Silverstone Circuit on May 13, 1950. The first F1 world champion was Giuseppe Farina from Italy, driving for Alfa Romeo. At that time, cars were very simple, front-engined, narrow tyres, and no safety equipment. Over the years, F1 became more advanced and extremely fast. 2. Evolution. Over the years, F1 has gone through several eras. 1950s, Italian dominance, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, and Ferrari ruled. 1960s, British engineering rose, Lotus, Cooper, and BRM. Cars started using rear-mounted engines, faster and safer. 1970s, aerodynamics became important. Cars got wings for downforce. 1980s, turbo engines appeared, pushing speeds over 350 kilometers per hour to 17 miles per hour. 1990s to 2000s, electronics and data systems revolutionized racing. Michael Schumacher dominated with Ferrari. 2010s to 2020s, hybrid engines, petrol plus electric, introduced, with Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes dominating. Now F1 cars are the most technologically advanced race cars in the world, capable of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 2.5 seconds and speeds of over 370 kilometers per hour, 230 miles per hour. 3. The most famous Formula One drivers. These are some of the legends who shaped F1 history. 1. Michael Schumacher, Germany, 7-time world champion with Ferrari and Benetton. 2. Lewis Hamilton, UK, 7-time world champion with McLaren and Mercedes, known for record pole positions and wins. 3. Ayrton Senna, Brazil, 3-time world champion, considered one of the greatest natural talents before his tragic death in 1994. 4. Juan Manuel Fangio, Argentina, 5 titles in the 1950s, the godfather of F1 racing. 5. Max Verstappen, Netherlands, current dominant driver 2021 to 2025 era, with Red Bull Racing breaking many records. Other famous names include Alain Prost, Sebastian Vettel, Niki Lauda, Fernando Alonso, and Jim Clark. 4. How long Formula One has existed from 1950 to 2025? Formula One has existed for 75 years. Each year has a world championship season, with around 20-24 races across the world, from Europe to Asia, the Middle East, and America. Over time, F1 has seen over 1,000 official races, hundreds of drivers, and countless technological revolutions. 5. The 5 most famous Formula One roads, circuits. Here are the 5 most legendary Formula One tracks and why they matter. 1. Monaco Grand Prix, Monte Carlo, Monaco. Type street circuit, opened 1929. Special, tight corners, tunnels, and glamorous scenery along the harbour. Why iconic? It's the most prestigious race. Winning here means glory. Even though overtaking is hard, drivers love its challenge. Famous winners, Ayrton Senna, 6 wins. 2. Silverstone Circuit, England, UK. Type, permanent circuit, opened 1948. Special, home of the first ever F1 race, 1950. Why iconic? High-speed corners like Maggots and Beckett's make it one of the fastest, most technical tracks. Famous for British fans, home of motorsport. 3. Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium. Type, permanent circuit, opened 1920. Special, long, fast and scenic, set in the forests of Ardennes. Why iconic? The famous Eau Rouge corner is one of the most thrilling and dangerous in the world. Famous winners, Schumacher and Hamilton. 4. Monza Circuit, Italy. Type, permanent circuit, opened 1922. Special, known as Temple of Speed. Why iconic? Cars reach the highest speeds in F1, over 370 kilometers per hour. The Italian Tifosi fans make it electric. Home team, Ferrari. 5. Suzuka Circuit, Japan. Type, permanent circuit, opened 1962. Special, figure 8 design, unique in F1. Why iconic? Great driver challenges, technical corners, and passionate fans. Famous moments, title battles between Senna and Prost. Now 6. What Formula One means today. Formula One today is a global sport with races in over 20 countries each year. Teams like Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, Aston Martin. Massive audiences, over 400 million fans worldwide. Cars built with cutting-edge technology that later helps improve normal road cars like hybrid systems and safety tech. F1 is not only about... Michael Schumacher is one of the greatest Formula One F1 drivers in history, a legend from Germany who completely changed the sport. Here's a full look at his story. Early life: born January 3rd, 1969, in Herth, West Germany, started racing at just 4 years old on homemade go-karts built by his father. He quickly showed incredible skill, winning many junior karting championships across Europe. Formula One career: debut 1991 with Jordan Ford at the Belgian Grand Prix. Just after one race, he was signed by Benetton, where his talent began to shine. Rise to fame: World Championships. 1994 with Benetton, 1995 with Benetton again. These made him the youngest two-time world champion at that time. Ferrari era, 1996-2006. This is where Schumacher became a global icon. When he joined Ferrari, the team had not won a championship since 1979, but under his leadership, that changed. World titles with Ferrari: 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. That's 5 consecutive championships, making him the first driver to ever do that. He also broke many records. Most Grand Prix wins, 91. Most pole positions, 68. Most fastest laps, 77. Return and retirement. Retired in 2006, but returned to F1 with Mercedes from 2010 to 2012. Although he didn't win races then, he helped build the Mercedes team that later dominated the sport with Lewis Hamilton. Accident and health. In December 2013, Schumacher suffered a serious head injury while skiing in the French Alps. He has been in long-term private medical care since then. His family keeps his condition private, but the world still honors him as one of the greatest athletes ever. Legacy. 2. Lewis Hamilton, UK. Lewis Hamilton is one of the most successful Formula One drivers in history. Born on January 7th, 1985, in Stevenage, England, he began racing at a young age and quickly rose through the ranks of motorsport. He joined McLaren in 2007, making his F1 debut, and stunned the world by almost winning the championship in his rookie season. The following year, 2008, he won his first Formula One World Championship, becoming the youngest ever champion at the time. Later, he joined Mercedes-AMG Petronas in 2013, where he achieved massive success. Between 2014 and 2020, Hamilton dominated the sport, winning 6 more world titles: 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, tying Michael Schumacher's record of 7 world championships. Hamilton holds numerous F1 records, including most pole positions, over 100, most race wins, over 100, most podium finishes. Off the track, he is also known for his story is one of talent, passion, and tragedy. Early life. From a very young age, Senna showed an extraordinary love for racing. Milton da Silva noticed his son's interest and built him a go-kart when Ayrton was only 4 years old. By the time he was 13, he was already racing competitively and dominating Brazil's go-karting scene. Senna's sharp reactions, fearless driving, and smooth handling quickly made him stand out. Unlike many, he didn't start his career with much focus on money. It was all about pure racing. Rise to fame in Europe. In the late 1970s, Senna moved to Europe to chase his dream of becoming a Formula One driver. Competing in the British Formula Ford 1600 and later Formula 3, he won nearly every championship he entered. In 1983, Senna won the British Formula 3 Championship, defeating Martin Brundle after a season-long battle. This victory caught the attention of several Formula One teams. Formula One debut. Senna made his Formula One debut in 1984 with the Toleman team, a small and less powerful outfit. Yet even in a weak car, he stunned the world, especially during the Monaco Grand Prix that year, where he nearly won in torrential rain, finishing second behind Alain Prost. It was a legendary performance that marked him as a future superstar. The Lotus years. 1985 to 1987. After Toleman, Senna joined Lotus, where he achieved his first F1 victory at the 1985 Portuguese Grand Prix, again in the rain. That day, he showed his incredible control in wet conditions, something that would define his career. With Lotus, he won several races but could not yet fight for the world title because the car was not fast enough compared to McLaren or Williams. McLaren dominance, 1988 to 1993. In 1988, Senna joined McLaren, teaming up with Alain Prost, his future rival and sometimes enemy. That year, McLaren dominated, winning 15 of 16 races, and Senna became world champion for the first time. 1988, Senna wins his first world championship. 1989, a fierce rivalry with Prost leads to controversy and crashes. Senna loses the title. 1990, Senna gets revenge, winning his second title, again with drama after colliding with Prost in Japan. 1991, he wins his third and final championship, becoming a Brazilian hero. His driving in the rain, his qualifying speed, and his mental focus made him nearly unbeatable. He was known for being deeply religious, often saying his driving talent was a gift from God. Rivalries and personality. Senna's rivalry with Alain Prost is one of the most famous in F1 history. While they had bitter clashes, they also respected each other deeply. Senna was intense, emotional, and spiritual, a man who believed racing was not just sport but a calling. He was also known for his kindness. Outside the track, he secretly donated millions of dollars to help poor children in Brazil, which later led to the creation of the Ayrton Senna Foundation. The tragic end. Imola 1994. In 1994, Senna joined Williams after leaving McLaren. The start of the season was difficult, with the new car feeling unstable. On May 1st, 1994, during the San Marino Grand Prix at Imola, Senna was leading the race when his car went off the track at high speed at the Tamburello corner and crashed into a concrete wall. He was airlifted to a hospital, but sadly died a few hours later at the age of 34. The world of motorsport was in shock. Formula One had lost one of its greatest drivers and one of its purest souls. Legacy Ayrton Senna's death changed Formula One forever. Safety regulations were greatly improved after his accident, saving countless lives. Today, Senna is remembered not just as a three-time world champion, but as a symbol of passion, excellence, and humanity. His name still inspires new generations of racers, from Lewis Hamilton to Fernando Alonso, who grew up idolizing him. Summary of achievements. Full name, Ayrton Senna da Silva. Born March 21st, 1960, São Paulo, Brazil. Died May 1994, Imola, Italy. Teams, Toleman, Lotus, McLaren, Williams. F1 World Championships, 1988, 1990, 1991. Grand Prix wins, 41. Pole positions, 65, a record for many years. Known for rain mastery, speed, courage, and deep faith.